Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Saab.
Walaikum salam. Hello. Hi, Mahapara.
Hi, can
Hi.
you see me?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for
Oh,
your
is it
time.
Ayaz? Ayaz had gotten in touch with me as well for the mock interview, but I couldn't give him a time. But the turn of fate.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mapara, for joining the
Mind
mock
is,
interview.
yeah, too
Of
little.
course, of
So
course.
I think we should start. We have already
Yes,
a short period of time. Thank you so much, Mahapara, and thank you so much, Ayaz. Myself, Dr. Abdurazak. I am current Chevening scholar and pursuing MSc in Public and Environmental Health Sciences from University of Birmingham. And thank you so much to Mahapara that she spared her valuable time for your interview.
you're most welcome.
Yeah, Mahapara, over to you for your introduction.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm in a meeting. Can you not, please? I'm so sorry. Um, yeah.
I was saying, let's start with your introduction and then your part.
Yeah. So I'm Mahapar Sanjana, and I completed my Master's of Arts in Social Justice and Education with the Chevening Scholarship last year. So I'm a scholar from the 24-25 cohort.
Okay, that's great. That's glad to know, Mapara.
Thank
I
you.
ask, can we see you?
Yeah, Dr. Saab, I'm trying to open the camera, but I don't know why it's not showing.
Okay, that's completely fine.
Mm,
Try it will be
Uh,
good.
yeah, I'm trying
yeah.
to fix it. Is it visible now?
No.
No,
I don't know,
unfortunately
but
not.
yeah, but here is the camera is on. I can see the light.
That's strange. Maybe something up with Zoom?
Uh, but I joined from the laptop. Let me join through mobile can. I think that's gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So Mahapara, tell us what are you doing nowadays in Bangladesh, and how was your time overall
Yeah,
in
so
UK?
uh yeah, so so I actually went on study leave. So I was teaching at the university. I was teaching law, and I mainly went to study like pedagogy, so like more about education and educational policy and stuff. Um so I came back and I'm teaching again at the university that I was teaching at. Um and also like aside from that, I also practice law. Oh, there we go. We've got Ayaz.
Hello?
Oh, we can see you now. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, Mahapara, over to you.
Yeah. Okay. Um, so Ayaz, welcome to your evening interview. Um, I normally start with like a brief sort of flow of how the interview goes, because that's how my began. Um, so we will be asking you some questions regarding your essays, and it will just flow from leadership, networking, career plan, and that way. But what I would like to start with is, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Mapara, for your time. My name is Muhammad Ayaz Khan, and I have done my bachelor's in business administration back in 2017. Then I joined Mapletics, and then my PropTech journey started with Mapletics, where I observed that there is a huge gap in here in Pakistan, specifically in the heritage sector. So I led my team where we documented more than 400 plus heritage sites and buildings, and also mapped 1.5 billion square yards of land. And last year, I had an opportunity I was invited as a speaker for the Fourth General Assembly in Jordan, where I represent about Pakistan PropTech journey. And then later on, I had opportunity in Saudi Arab, where I also had a participated in one of the biggest event under they were performing Vision 2030, the LEAP event, where I also showcase the heritage sites and the PropTech journey of Pakistan in those events.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Razak, is it gonna be I ask all my questions and then you ask yours, or
Yeah, you
like
should
that?
go with
Okay.
you should go with your part.
Okay. Okay. Um, I ask in in your leadership essay, you have mentioned what you've also already now told us. Um, can you define for us as some more, say, quantifiable examples? You can sort of quantify your own leadership.
Quantify on leadership. Okay, so
Just
there.
one example.
Okay, sure. So there was a project of World Bank where we have to participate it, and there was a lot of documents I need to organize as they were required a detailed information about the company and about the previous work what we have done. So when I got to know tomorrow was the last submission date, and we have to submit before 11 a.m. So when I got out from the office, I checked my time. So the time was around 7:30. When I was traveling towards the courier services, so I reached around 8:15, and they just closed all the logistics and they were not ready to pick up the parcel. So I tried to explain the situation, but unfortunately, he told me that he could not gonna help us. So I didn't lose my hope. I came out and I searched for another courier service. I would definitely name it. His name, the courier name is MNP. I went there and I tried to explain the things, and he understand my situation. He said, "Let me check if there is a logistic vehicle is somewhere around. I can take your parcel, and then we can submit and try to deliver it on time." And he really helped me. And when I submit the documents, I came back and I was tracking the ID that are they fulfilling their commitment or not. So the next day when I checked through the consignment number, so they delivered the parcel before 30 minutes, and luckily we have secured the contract that was around more than $5 million.
Okay, thank you for that, Ayaz. Um, Ayaz, in your relationship building and influence essay, um, you mentioned uh, you mentioned having relationships with Rizwan Munir and Hussam Eddin, a startup founder. But all you've mentioned is how the networking inspired you. Um, can you explain a bit more about your role in that network and how you used that network to um, sort of, you know, do something impactful
Okay,
in that
so
industry?
Okay, so Rizwan Munir, I already known his name before meeting him because he was one of the well-known town planner here in Pakistan, and he is always doing a great projects in urban planning. So what happened? One of the developer, he called me for a meeting, and he was discussing the ideas about his planning and his vision for a smart cities. First, I tried to listen his vision, what exactly he want to deliver. So he was very in a problem that he might not have any idea about the real estate sector, have also technology as well. So when I try to make things in front of him, and I have showed the work what we have done in the past. So he was very excited. So after the discussion, he took out the phone and called the Rizwan Munir, as I already know his name, but I never met him. So he introduced me that in front of me, one of the tech guys sitting in his, he's doing amazing job in the urban planning sector. So I'm sending towards you. So see how he can make our things more effectively. So the next day, I took my technical team. We went there and we had a very great discussion. And it's been 3 years. We have mapped 1.5 billion square yard of lands, and now he's one of my very good friend and also one of my referee for the Chevening scholarship. And if we talk about the Hussam, so in the DC-04 General Assembly, I try to connect with different startup founders. He's one of them. I really like him personally because the way he was greeting with all the ministers and with all the other co-founders, his energy, his positive, and the way he was helping the people, because that was a bit hard for me while speaking Arabic in the Jordan, because their native language is Arabic. So he really helped me. So that's why we exchange our contacts and we are connected on LinkedIn, and we see our day-to-day activities.
Okay, thank you. My last question for you would be, you mentioned wanting to work with UNESCO and UNDP or Department of Archaeology. So why this sector, and what has made you want to work with these particular organizations, and how do you plan to carry that out?
Okay, so here in Pakistan, as we know, Pakistan has a very rich culture, specifically in heritage sector, and we think it's a liability. But I think it's a untapped economic value. My plan is to connect with the leading international organization which are already working in the preservation sector. So I would be working as a bridge between these international organizations and with Pakistan Department of Archaeology. So I try to create awareness about the preservation importance, and there is an urgent need where we have to preserve all these heritage sites. And I also want to create a virtual tour and where we can showcase across the globe about the heritage potential of Pakistan. So if somebody is not coming to Pakistan and not have access, so he can easily experience through virtual tours while sitting at his home country and see how Pakistan has a rich culture history.
Okay, thank you so much. Over to you, Razak.
Thank you so much, Mahapara. Ayaz, I have one or two questions from you, as you haven't shared, I think, the course selection part. So I will ask from you only about the career plan. As you know, in Pakistan, heritage sites struggle with the basic conservation needs. How would you justify the digital tools over the basic on-site reservation? Because in
Yeah,
Pakistan,
so
heritage needs the restoration on-site restoration rather than the digital things which you have mentioned in your career plan.
Yeah, so my foundation is strong through technical side. I believe if we can preserve these heritage sites and for future generations, and we can also use it as a for economic value. And I would try to make sure to Pakistan that to preserve the heritage sector, it's the integral part, and we have to preserve them.
How would you prefer the digital tools? My question is still the same. How will you prefer the digital? How do you think that digital tools are much more better than the on-site restoration?
Okay,
Yeah.
I got your question. Okay, so that's great. Actually, many people they have interest to experience the heritage sites, but unfortunately, because of the money, because of the traveling issues, they can't experience it. So while using the digital tools such as virtual reality, 3D modeling, so we can create a web-based link where it would be all presented through our Pakistan website, where everybody can easily access through mobile phone, through laptop, and he can experience and see how Pakistan has a rich cultural history. So it's really easy. You just need an internet for the access.
Great. My another question will be, what makes you unique and qualified to lead the transformation?
Can you please repeat the question
What
again?
makes you uniquely qualified to lead the transformation?
Okay.
You want to
So,
transform the things from
okay.
like the manual to the digital things. So how you find yourself as the best fit for this?
Okay, so here I think I'm not just prospecting the ideas I have done previously. So that's why I have a command and I have experienced real-based stories where we have also worked with one of the World Heritage sites located here in Pakistan. I collaborated with UNESCO. The heritage site name is Makli Necropolis, which is one of the largest necropoles in the world. And I believe more than annually 3,000 visitors, more than 300,000 visitors were experiencing the heritage site. But when we create a virtual tour and when we digitize it, now the volume is more than 500,000, and every year it's increasing because of the access, because of the quality, because what kind of tools we are using, it's a highly detailed where you can even see the calligraphy on the walls, how detailed and in a depth we have preserved.
Great. My last question will be, how will you manage the conflicts between the developers and conservationists when for achieving your career goals? Obviously, there
um,
will be the conflicts between the developers and conservationists.
Okay, so it's one of my career plan where I want to create a digital twin, try to collaborate with the urban planners and with the developers. So when we have a digital twin for the large areas, so when they are modernizing and they are making adjacent and converting the areas in smart city solutions, so we have a complete digital twin of the land, so they can modernize the city while saving the archaeological sites and heritage sites, because we already preserved it, and they can see which are the places they don't need to make construction and things. So that's how I want we can preserve it.
Yeah. Over to Mahapara. Now there is a time for the feedback.
It's still.
You are on mute.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So my first point of feedback would be, you basically set the tone for the interview. Okay. So when the panel asks you something like a very basic question, like tell us something about yourself, or how are you today, or oh, did you have any trouble getting to the interview, something like that. They are expecting you to give them like a sort of interesting answer. That question is not for you to go directly into your essay. That question is for you to tell them something about yourself that's interesting, or something about your day, uh, not not something that's already on paper.
Okay.
So if you set the tone of that interview as like a sort of semi-formal conversation, then it will also help you to feel less nervous and answer more confidently.
Okay.
That's
That's
one point. Um, the second feedback would be that the example you gave, it is from your essay, of course. But my advice would be that when they are asking you to expand on something that's in the essay, try to talk about your professional leadership step in that example or in that account, or basically try to explain to them why that taking that step was an important step as a leader for that particular output or outcome.
Okay.
Then my next feedback would be, again, it's already quantified in the relationship building and influence part. But what they're trying to see or know is that how you build networks and how you maintain networks. Because Chevening wants to know that once you leave that room and once you finish your studies, you will also be an ambassador for Chevening
Yeah.
as well. Sort of try to showcase that you are someone who, once you have built a relationship with an individual or an organization, you nurture those relationships. So try to talk more about yourself and how you actually nurtured those relationships,
Okay.
and how you will do the same as a Chevening scholar as well.
Okay.
And lastly, I think for your career plan, Razak Bhai would be more well placed to give feedback regarding this, as it's sort of about Pakistan and the heritage sector, and he has more knowledge about that. So over to you, Razak Bhai.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mahabara. And overall interview was good, but I would suggest that don't get panic and try to understand the question. And
Mm,
if you have any confusion, you can ask the question. Again, you can ask the question, sorry, I didn't get it. And
mm,
if again you are not getting, then repeat the question that, do you want to ask this thing?
mm.
So that you should be, yeah, rather than just throwing the vague statements or something
Mm,
new. So it's good, you should ask that, repeat the question like this, and have a pause. Like once you receive the question, have a pause and like synthesize, arrange the response in your mind,
mm,
then
mm,
try to speak slowly, so that it should be easily registered on their minds.
mm.
And in
Okay.
the end of the response, like if you when you're ending the response, there should be something new or something interesting that they should
Mm,
ask the follow-up questions on that.
mm,
So, and another thing, like don't repeat the things which you have already told in first response, like you were
mm,
saying the same things which you already said to the Mahapara's questions.
mm,
So don't repeat the things. And also, like the third question which I asked from you, that how will you manage the conflicts between developers and conservationists? You should say like, I have this thing for the developers, I have this thing for the conservationists, I have this motivation for them. This
mm.
so there should be a win-win situation like this.
Okay.
And be real. Like if you don't know the answer of anything, you just you do just say that, to the best of my knowledge, like this can
Mm,
work. And
okay.
yeah, and if like plan for your career plan is very nice, but for on ground, maybe it's possible or not, but so you should have like plan B in mind. When for example, if they are saying that if this plan is not achievable, then what will you do? Then you should have a similar type plan B in your mind, that if things will not work, then I will do by this way.
Okay.
So this is overall response, and I hope you will uh, struggle on these things and work on
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saab. Thank you so much, Mapaya.
If you have any
Uh,
question from Apara, from me, then you can ask.
Um,
We have
uh,
still couple of moments.
no,
Yeah, they
as such.
will ask that as well at the end. They will ask you if you have
Yeah.
any questions. So it's always good to have one or two questions that you can also ask them.
Okay. So, what kind of question we can ask them about some Chevening related or something in related to the country?
Um, so sometimes people have made the mistake to, in order to seem interesting, they have asked very political questions. I would say not to do that.
Hmm.
Don't ask anything that's highly political or controversial. Um, you can ask about if you want to, say, for example, if you want to change your university choices, you can ask something about that. Or if there is a British person on the panel and you sort of want them to remember you, then you can ask that person something interesting about British culture or the country or about settling in the country.
Hmm.
Um, or you can even ask about if they have knowledge about the universities that you have chosen. You can even ask about, oh, do you have any opinion about the universities I have chosen?
Hmm.
Like, are these good universities?
Hmm.
Like something interesting, because that will sort of keep them, because they're interviewing so many people, like upwards of at least 50, if I'm not 50, 100, something like that from a like, and they will only remember maybe 10, 20 of those people. So try
Okay.
to make yourself memorable.
Okay.
And that question part is for you to clear confusion that you might have, or inform them of any difference in any changes in your university choice if you plan to make any, and also to ask them a question that is related to Chevening, that is related to your application, but that is also interesting, that would sort of um, keep you in their memory.
Okay. Thank you.
I would say like uh, don't ask the questions like whether I'm selected or not, how many seats are there, and
Okay.
also don't ask that is it
Okay.
necessary that I should come back to my country and I should serve for the 2 years. So
Hmm.
don't ask such questions. Like you can
Okay.
ask about, like I asked that, can you please suggest any place in UK that I should not miss? I
Okay.
want to explore the UK. Like it shows your interest. And another thing, like as Mapara said, if there will be a person from FCDO, maybe it's good that you should memorize his or her name, and then you try to
Yeah.
communicate with their names. That shows because in 20 minutes they will judge your communication skills and how you make the repo, how you make the networking
Hmm.
in these 20 minutes.
Okay.
So
That's great. That's a key
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Yeah. When someone asks you a question, like for example, when I say over to Razak, or Razak Bhai saying over to Mahapara, and then I am asking you the question, it's also good to remember the panel's names and say, thank you, Mahapara, for your question. And so yeah, it's good to like so then the conversation becomes a bit more natural.
I got it.
Yeah, also like
Yeah.
try to show your interest. Like it should look like you are a natural. For example, if they are asking the question, you can say which
Yeah.
which is very interesting. You can say thank you for asking the question, which is very close to my heart, and thank you for asking the like great question.
Hmm.
You should compliment that question. You
Hmm.
should like appreciate them for
Okay.
for their questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start with that. In that time
Yeah.
period you will
Yeah.
get a time in your mind to settle the ideas how to respond,
I
but
got it.
you
Arrange
have
the, yeah.
started the repo with them with these sentences
Yeah.
which are very necessary for
I got it.
appreciating
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
I remember I had Vanessa Beaumont in my panel, and my panel was also an all-female panel. It was all three of them were women, and I think that was because that my career plan was heavily to work on gender equality in education in Bangladesh. Um, And I think when I met Vanessa later in the UK, she remembered me because she said, "Oh, I remember you saying as a feminist, you are very happy to have a feminist panel interviewing you," and that stayed with
Mm.
me. So
That's nice.
that was, I was like shocked, like, oh, out of all these people, she remembered me. So it's good, like, when you end up meeting them later, inshallah, then they remember you. So, try to make it like that you're already making a friendship with them, a
I got
network
it.
with them.
I got
Well,
it.
they are
Yeah.
very friendly. In my case, they almost everyone
Yeah,
is
they're
saying they
very
are very
friendly.
friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they will try to make rapport with you, and you should be open
Yeah.
for them. And also, your facial expression should reflect your words. In
Mm.
many like sessions, I
Yeah.
already told that your face is your dashboard. So
Mm.
whatsoever you are
Yeah.
saying, that
Yeah.
should reflect. Your words
Yeah.
should be
With
reflected on your
emotions.
face. For example, if you are saying this tragic story or sad story and you are laughing,
Yeah.
you are smiling, that doesn't matches
Mm.
with your words.
Yeah.
So
I
if
got
you
it.
are
Yeah.
saying any painful story, the pain should be visible on your face. If you are
Okay.
proud of
Mhm.
any leadership, then leadership should be visible on your face.
Okay.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
another suggestion I
Absolutely.
would suggest that it will be you like who will decide what to discuss. So try to mold the discussion in a way which is more favorable for you. Like
Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
give the direction to the discussion in a way that's very interesting for you, rather
Okay.
than rather than like
Yeah.
discussing the things on which you have no any grip, so that they ask the follow-up question and you said, I don't know for this.
Like,
Okay.
remember that one thing you should remember, that in this interview, it's not a job interview. It's more like a them getting to know you. So
Yeah.
Mm.
you are in the steering wheel. You are the driver of the conversation. So however you set the tone at with the very first question, that is how the conversation will flow.
Okay. That was nice. That was the
Yeah.
really important question. I think I missed it. I thought it's not that much important, and you guys highlighted a very important questions with what I need to improve. That's why
Of course,
I
and that's
requested
why we are
Dr.
here.
Saab that we need a mock interview because I was really confused.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
just
no,
want to
the
see things.
interview can be
Yeah.
stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
please, Razak bhai, go on.
my meeting was in person, but I think due to the situation, today in the morning I got the email from Chevening Islamabad that they want interview online because of the
Law and order
security.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Security
So
issues. Okay. Okay.
so I think I would be more comfortable in person instead of online. That makes me more confused
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah. For my case, it was online. So yeah, it's difficult to
Oh.
convince. Yeah, difficult to
Yeah,
convince
because
online.
you
Yeah.
can't show your exact energy, you can't show your
Yeah.
exact gesture in an online meeting. I think the person-to-person meeting, they can easily see your face expressions, your gestures, and the movements you do while conversations. So I think that's gonna miss out. That's why I'm a
But
bit
see,
confused.
that's your plus point, no, in a way. You are talking about VR experiences, experiencing cultural heritage through VR.
Yeah, yeah.
And that is a digital thing, that's digital technology. So this is also like your plus point. You can even use that in the somehow in the interview,
Yeah.
that, oh, initially I was a bit nervous about the interview being online, but then I realized that I am talking about digital
Yeah,
technologies, so I should be comfortable
On
about
the
digital
yeah.
yeah.
technologies.
That's a good
No?
point.
Yeah.
That's a really
Yeah.
good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, well, definitely I can add up this.
Any other question I ask?
Yeah.
No,
Clearly,
that's so much clear. Once again, thank you so much, Dr. Saab. Thank you so
thank you
much,
so
Ms.
much.
Mapara. It was pleasure to have a meeting with you, and it's all about the fate. If they select or not, but inshallah, we'll be stay connected. I think
Of
we
course, of course.
both are connected on a LinkedIn, so inshallah,
Inshallah.
maybe somewhere it's a small world. Maybe we can meet someday.
Yes.
Yeah,
And all
inshallah.
the very best.
All the very
Just,
best.
you know, be confident. You have a good profile. Just be confident in yourself and just have a conversation.
Oh, sure, sure. Thank you so much, Mapara.
Good luck. Thank you so much,
Thank
You're
you.
very
Mapara, for
welcome.
your time.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Dr.
much.
Saab. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a great
Thank
day.
you. I
Bye.
really appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Allah Hafiz.